The erosion of freedom, the global crackdown on online speech. In an era where the internet was once hailed as a beacon of free expression and democratic discourse, a disturbing trend has emerged across the globe. From the United Kingdom to Germany, Canada, Russia, and China, governments are increasingly clamping down on online speech, with a growing number of citizens being arrested for what they say in the digital world. This wave of censorship is reminiscent of George Orwell's dystopian vision, where the suppression of free thought and speech becomes a tool of control. As this trend accelerates, it raises urgent questions about the future of freedom and the boundaries of acceptable speech in our increasingly connected world. The United Kingdom, a surge in arrests for online speech. The United Kingdom, a country long regarded as a champion of free speech, has seen a dramatic increase in the number of arrests related to online expression. According to The Times, British police are now arresting 9 people a day for posting offensive messages online. In 2016 alone, 3,300 individuals were detained and questioned for things they said on the internet. In some parts of Britain, the arrest rate for offensive speech has risen by nearly 900% in recent years. This surge in arrests highlights a troubling shift in the balance between protecting individuals from harm and upholding the fundamental right to free expression. While it is vital to address hate speech and online abuse, the expansive interpretation of what constitutes offensive content risks stifling legitimate debate and dissent. The growing fear is that the UK is inching closer to an Orwellian state, where the mere expression of unpopular or controversial opinions can lead to criminal prosecution. Germany, strict laws, stifled speech. Germany has also implemented stringent laws governing online speech, particularly in the context of combating hate speech and extremism. The Network Enforcement Act, known as NetzDG, requires social media platforms to remove obviously illegal content within 24 hours of notification or face hefty fines. While the law aims to curb the spread of harmful content, it has also led to widespread censorship, with many platforms erring on the side of caution and removing content that may not necessarily be illegal. Critics argue that these measures have created a chilling effect on free speech in Germany, with individuals increasingly afraid to express their views online for fear of retribution. The crackdown on online expression has led to numerous arrests and investigations as the government seeks to enforce its strict regulations. This raises concerns about the erosion of civil liberties in a country with a dark history of state surveillance and censorship. Canada. Policing online expression. In Canada, the government has also taken steps to regulate online speech, with a particular focus on curbing hate speech and misinformation. The introduction of bills such as Bill C-36, which seeks to amend the Canadian Human Rights Act to address online hate speech, has sparked intense debate about the balance between protecting individuals from harm and preserving free expression. While the intention behind these laws is to create a safer online environment, there is growing concern that they could be used to suppress legitimate dissent and debate. Several high-profile cases have emerged where individuals have been investigated or arrested for their online comments, raising alarm about the potential for overreach and the impact on freedom of speech in Canada. Russia and China, state control of online discourse. In Russia and China, the crackdown on online speech is even more pronounced, with both governments employing extensive measures to control and monitor digital expression. In Russia, laws such as the Yarovaya Law and the Sovereign Internet Law have given the state sweeping powers to surveil and censor online activity. Numerous individuals have been arrested for criticizing the government or expressing dissenting views online as the Kremlin seeks to maintain its grip on power. China, meanwhile, operates one of the most sophisticated systems of online censorship in the world. The Great Firewall blocks access to many foreign websites, while domestic platforms are heavily monitored and censored by the state. The Chinese government has arrested countless individuals for their online speech, particularly those who challenge the Communist Party's authority or advocate for democracy and human rights. Orwellian speech in America. A growing threat? While the United States has traditionally upheld robust protections for free speech, there are growing concerns that the country is not immune to the global trend of suppressing online expression. The increasing influence of tech giants in regulating speech on their platforms, coupled with calls for greater government oversight of online content, has sparked fears that America could be heading down a similar path. The use of Orwellian language to describe these developments is not an exaggeration. In a society where speech is increasingly policed and individuals fear repercussions for expressing unpopular or controversial opinions, the foundations of democracy itself are at risk. The First Amendment has long been a cornerstone of American freedom, but the rise of digital censorship challenges its relevance in the 21st century. Conclusion: defending the right to free speech. The global crackdown on online speech represents a significant threat to the fundamental right to free expression. While it is essential to address issues such as hate speech, extremism, and misinformation, these efforts must not come at the expense of stifling legitimate debate and dissent. The increasing number of arrests for online speech in countries like the UK, Germany, Canada, Russia, and China underscores the urgent need to defend this right against overreach and authoritarianism. As we navigate the complex challenges of the digital age, it is more important than ever to uphold the principles of free speech and to resist the encroachment of Orwellian measures that seek to control and silence voices. The future of freedom depends on our ability to speak out, even when our opinions are unpopular or controversial, and to ensure that the Internet remains a space for open and vibrant discourse.